Hi everybody, this is Kevin, and welcome back to part 6 of my Dragon Ball Z review and retrospective, taking a look at Season 6 from the Blu-ray Funimation release. This is the Cell games, a little bit of filler before the Cell games, with Mercenary Tao and stuff like that, but it collects episodes 166 to 194, and where we left off, Goku and Gohan emerged from the Room of Spirit and Time, and Goku used the instantaneous movement to rescue Trunks and Vegeta, and he spoke to Cell, and he mentioned the fact that they could train in the Room of Spirit and Time and get more powerful. And Cell agreed and said, "All right, well, you guys got a week. You got 7 days to train, and we're gonna have the Cell games, have an old school martial arts tournament." So they all agree. They go their separate ways, and believe it or not, Cell doesn't really kill as many people as you'd think. He kills a little bit of people. He hijacks the newsroom and gives his broadcasts, encouraging all the strongest fighters to emerge, and you get the appearance of Mr. Satan, Karoni, and Peroski, which are hilarious characters, and the announcer, who doesn't have a name, but he's the announcer. He's hilarious. But anyway, the first part here, you got so the stipulation of the Room and Spirit and Time, for some odd reason, is you can only stay there for 2 days, which is 2 full years, and otherwise the door vanishes and you can't escape. So Vegeta and Trunks utilize this, so does Piccolo, but Goku and Gohan, they don't utilize the second. They had the first day, but they don't utilize the second day, and instead they want to train in the real world by staying in the Super Saiyan form outside, like staying in Super Saiyan form so that they can further ascend and eventually become Super Saiyan 2. So they go on their adventure, and basically they're not really training, they're just in Super Saiyan form, going about their daily routine, and Gohan goes to this village where it's getting terrorized by these mafioso types led by Mercenary Tao, and they're building like a bunker to hide from Cell and trying to rob from this man, and Gohan arrives and saves the day. And there's this great moment seeing Tao Pai Pai again, where he meets Gohan, and he sees him. He's like, "Is that Goku?" And he does this classic moment. Hold on. He does this classic moment from the original Dragon Ball series where, he has powers, and he was very strong in the time when, Goku was a kid. And then he became a cyborg, and he could never fly. So what he used to do is he'd cut a tree and throw it in the air and just fly in that. And here he is using his Dodon Ray Fire. Just watch. This is great.
Dodon Power Fire!
Say what?
What happened?
I happened. That's what.
Oh my goodness!
Cocky little kid. No matter. This will shut him up. Wait a second. That face, it can't be. Hey, kid, what's your name?
It's Gohan.
Well, thank goodness. I thought you were someone named Goku.
Close enough. I'm his son.
What? Not that kid.
Here, kid. Take that! Hey, what the heck's wrong with you? You look like you just seen a ghost.
Oh, no, not me. You will soon, though.
Huh?
If you fight that kid. As for me, I quit.
You can't quit!
I just did.
Oh man, it was so much fun, like seeing Tao Pai Pai again. It was great, and then eventually later on, they're looking for the Dragon Balls, and Goku's looking for the Dragon Balls, and Tao Pai Pai and the mercenary guy, the mafioso guy who you just saw, are playing a joke on Goku, and they have him locked in a room and he has to solve this puzzle, and they all steal the Dragon Balls, but for some reason they can't summon the dragon. I don't know. It's just funny as hell. And he's like, "Oh, Goku, is it you again? Oh no." So you have this great filler for a while. And there's also a good scene too with Chi-Chi and Goku talking about Gohan, their son, and it's a flashback from when he was a young boy, and once again showing his powers. Like he was picking apples or something, and he was getting attacked by the wildlife, and he uses his powers sort of like he did against Raditz unknowingly. And cool callbacks like that. I love the filler. I think the filler is great. It gets a bad rep. All anime, everyone's always like, filler sucks. Filler makes the anime. That's the whole reason to watch it. So, eventually, there you go. You got episode 176, Losers Fight First. And you get the appearance of Mr. Satan. Okay? Mr. Satan, who, back in the day, Toriyama, on record, has said that Piccolo is his favorite character. And then eventually he created Mr. Satan, and he swears now Mr. Satan is his favorite character, and Mr. Satan is hilarious. He's great. You see, like, he's a meme in this whole saga, but as it goes further along in the Majin Buu saga, he is the MVP, okay? He is the MVP. In Super, he's great. Mr. Satan's awesome. So he goes to the tournament because in Goku's absence, Goku being dead, Goku being on Yard Rat, there haven't really been martial arts tournaments that they could participate in. And therefore, Mr. Satan in his own right is a strong human. But, we're dealing with Super Saiyans. We're dealing with aliens. And he comes here.
Let's get this thing going.
And so Goku wants to fight Cell. And he wants to go first. But Mr. Satan's like, oh, I'm the martial arts champion. I'm going to fight.
And if you want, I'll be first.
Uh-huh. Goku, you don't have to be the first one to fight.
What do you say, Vegeta?
Be my guest. We all know it will be me who ends up finishing off Cell.
You're right. So, and here's the announcer guy. He doesn't have a name, but he, narrates the whole thing. He's like, oh my god, are you seeing this? And they keep using, their energy blast, the Kamehameha wave. Cell's got his energy blast. And then Mr. Satan the whole time, it's a trick, I tell you. It's a magic trick. It's one of Cell's dirty tricks. He can't use that magic.
What? Hey, don't you know I'm the champ around here?
Excuse me, sir, but I was just wondering if you or your friends were going to take part in the tournament.
Of course. I'll be going first.
I've had about enough of you clowns. And your stupid jokes. Now clear out of here before I get angry!
Hey, don't blow a vein, you greaseball.
I'm sorry, I forgot. You ignorant hicks have spent your whole lives playing banjo in the woods, so you don't realize that I, Hercule Satan, am the martial arts champion of the world!
Look at their faces.
And the other challengers have been left totally speechless by the one and only martial arts champion of the world!
Okay. Seeing as you don't know who I am, I'll show you. Yahoo rules!
Champion of all martial arts in the world, Mr. Satan! Mr. Satan! Mr. Satan! Mr.
Oh, it's hilarious. So, and then Mr. Satan has his entourage here. He has Karoni and Peroski. And I guess Karoni fights Cell first. This is great. Let's watch this.
First challenger!
So yeah, there's the announcers. There's Mr. Satan's girlfriend. This is Karoni. He was this. Yeah, that's Peroski right there, the Russian guy.
The white spandex jumpsuit, the lovely Karoni.
As this is the first chance we've had to fight or whatnot, I'll be gentle.
He reminds you of, remember the wrestler Fandango from WWE? He reminds you of him.
Those are for you. A bouquet for your funeral.
So let's fast forward. I know this is hilarious, but I don't want to make these videos too long. So let me fast forward to him fighting Cell.
They hurt for a moment.
Beautiful flying rose!
Wow! Would you look at that?
That's the greatest move in Karoni's repertoire. Just wait
Let's finish this.
Ooh, that's some attack! That was a big ending!
Yeah, too bad he couldn't land inside the ring.
And Karoni to his father.
So, okay, that's enough of that. But anyway, it's hilarious. Mr. Satan is freaking hilarious. And then the whole time it's going on, those two, Karoni and then Peroski, have their match, and they get, Cell gets powers up, and they're defeated. And then, the announcer's like, all right, Mr. Satan, you gotta go fight. Oh, no, I got a stomach cramp. I can't. The pain of my stomach, it hurts. Oh, my God, the pain. So then eventually Goku goes there and has his match, and he's in Super Saiyan form, slightly powered up. Not Super Saiyan 2, not the Ascended one that Trunks did, where he got like all muscular but slow, but slightly more powerful. And he's attacking, and then what happens is he thinks he's going to defeat Cell by doing the Kamehameha, from up top, and then he uses the instantaneous movement to teleport right in front of him, and he blasts him, and essentially all that's left of Cell is his legs, but he regenerates and manhandles him, and then what happens is Goku says, all right, well, I give up, I can't beat you, but there's someone over there who can, and then it shows everybody, they're all like, oh who can beat him? No one can beat him. And so he says Gohan can beat him, and what he does is he asks Krillin for a sensu bean, and he gives the goddamn sensu bean to Cell, so that Cell can be full power again. And then he sends his son out there, and they're all looking at him like, are you crazy? I mean, you're clearly the strongest one here, Goku, because they don't know about Gohan's hidden power that they saw in the Room of Spirit and Time. And so, Gohan himself is scared shitless, because in this story, what is he, like 11 or 12 years old? He's a kid, and he's fighting the most powerful villain yet. And even he doesn't know about his untapped potential, though it's been hinted at several times through the Battle of Raditz, the Battle of Garlic Jr., the battle against Frieza, the comments made by Elder Guru on Namek when he unlocked his hidden potential, and all these different times. So, he's getting completely manhandled, and Cell is beating him to a pulp saying, I want to see your true power, I want to see your true power. And then still he won't show his true power, I guess because he's afraid. And what happens is Cell unleashes the Cell Juniors. He pretty much shits him out his little absorbing thing and all these little miniature cells to fight all the other Z fighters. And, Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, and I guess Piccolo can hold their own, but the others like Krillin, Tien, and Yamcha can't do much. And they all get manhandled. And then this is finally when Gohan powers up and can't take it anymore. And tries to do his best. But what happens is Android 16, who's there with the other Z fighters, says, all right, I'm going to put it into my hands. And he goes to Cell and grabs onto Cell and initiates his self-destructing. However, Krillin, who was there with Bulma when they were working on him, fixing him, because he was damaged in the initial battle with Cell when Vegeta and Trunks were there. Vegeta did the final flash in the last season. And Krillin reveals that they removed the explosives because, they didn't want to run the risk of him possibly turning on him, so he couldn't do anything. So Cell attacks him, and he's essentially left as a head and throws him across the land, and then Gohan's just furious and just beside himself because he feels like he failed everybody. But what happens is Android 16's head is like near Mr. Satan, and the best is because the announcer keeps following what's going on. And he's like, oh my God, Mr. Satan, what is your play-by-play commentary? And Mr. Satan, it's all tricks. Oh, I have a stomach cramp. And then eventually the camera goes out when all like the real action happens, and Cell's getting defeated and stuff like that. But so Android 16's head is there, and he's talking, and he's like, oh, a champion would send me to Gohan. I have to speak to him. And Mr. Satan's like, he doesn't know what androids are. He's completely clueless. But he obliges, and he gets close enough and throws Android 16 head to Gohan. And Android 16 gives a little pep talk to Gohan before Cell sees him. And, oh, you're still talking, not for long. And he squashes his head, stomps him out. And then Gohan snaps and goes Super Saiyan 2. which I want to share this scene because this you got Gohan's anger theme, which is one of the best. I fast forward a little bit because some of the dub stuff is cringe, but I just wanted to fast forward to this part right here, where he ascends to become the strongest of all the Z fighters.
It's unreal!
This is it.
Gohan's releasing his energy. Gohan!
Like I said, the only Z fighters who could have held their own were the Saiyans and Piccolo. You see Tien, Krillin were all on the ground, and then Gohan. Oh, yeah, right here. You get the theme.
That's enough! Tell them to stop it!
That's the way. Let it all go.
So anyway, he powers up and overpowers Cell, and you get also let's just look for this. Cell, how dare you? This is great. This is he gets all you wretched child. This is hilarious.
You wretched child! How dare you! How dare you!
That's after Gohan starts manhandling him, and then eventually Cell gets beaten to a pulp where Android 18 gets shot out of him, and he's back to semi-perfect Cell, and he says, I'm going to blow up the whole planet, and he gets ready to explode, to which Goku uses the instantaneous movement to teleport, off Earth onto King Kai's planet. But, of course, there's one Cell remaining, and he regenerates enough, and comes back. And then you get back and forth, and Cell's just furious, and he fires sort of like Frieza fires a death beam and kills Trunks. And then real quick, I know I've shown a lot of scenes here. This is gonna be a long episode, but it needs to be done. And he kills Trunks, and you finally see Vegeta break. There have been so many moments where Trunks has been wanting Vegeta's affection and appreciation, and Vegeta just is cold to him. But once his son is dead, Vegeta finally snaps. Another great scene.
Look what you did to Trunks!
What do you want from us, Cell?
Nothing. I have everything I need now.
But he's dead!
Look! Trunks is moving! He's still alive!
Trunks, my son! How could I let this happen to my son?
He has sacrificed everything for me, and I have done nothing but ignore him. No, I won't give up on him. There is still time to change things. Cell has crossed me for the last time. He has tricked me in battle, mocked my Saiyan ancestry, but this time he's gone too far. He will pay the ultimate price for what he has done to my son.
Alright, so you get the point. Anyway, carrying on, the final parts here. So, Gohan has a beam struggle where he uses the Kamehameha against Cell, and he's losing ground, and he hears his father's voice from the afterlife, encouraging him, saying that he has the power, he can do it, which he does, and he's able to harness more power to overpower Cell. Meanwhile, the other heroes... I think just in the manga it was Vegeta, but in the anime it's all the heroes. They use their blast to blast Cell from behind to sort of distract him, and Gohan gets the upper hand. I'm going to lose battery here. I got to plug this in. I'm going too long here. Alright. So I've got my laptop plugged in. But anyway, so they overpower Cell and defeat him once and for all. And also in the filler before the Cell games, they revealed that Goku went to New Namek to recruit Dende to become the new Guardian for Earth, because once Kami and Piccolo fused, the Dragon Balls no longer worked. So, of course, Dende is the new Guardian of Earth now. Good to see him again. And with his powers, because he's from Namek, Porunga can grant 3 wishes. He's able to compromise and make the Earth Dragon Shenron grant 2 wishes. So... they're back on Dende's lookout now with Mr. Popo. And they summon the dragon. And the first thing that they wish for is to restore all the lives of those killed by Cell. Cell absorbed all those people, killed all those people. And so they're all brought back to life. And then they, because it's a new dragon, essentially, of Dende, they're trying to wish for Goku back to life. But Goku speaks via King Kai from the other world. And he says, well, I'm going to remain dead because, I feel like me being around has brought all these villains here. Frieza came back, right? Came back to Earth, stopped by Trunks. Dr. Gero, who wanted his revenge from the original series in the Red Ribbon Army. And then, of course, Cell and all the androids. And Goku says, all right, well, I'm just going to stay dead then. I'll train on Otherworld and become strong in my own right over here. And clearly Gohan is stronger, and... now Vegeta you've seen him transition to less of a villainous figure to more of an anti-hero, no longer seeking the destruction of the Earthlings, now that he has his wife and his kid. And they're going to try and make peace on Earth. And so it ends with that. What's the last episode here? 192 is Goku's decision. 93 is One More Wish. So with the final wish, they're going to bring Goku back to life. But then Krillin's there, and Android 18 is still alive, and she's actually on the lookout with them. She followed them there, and he wishes for the bombs. Well, first he wishes for Android 18 to turn into a human, but the dragon can't do that. So he wishes for the bombs in her to be removed. And then she's like, oh, don't try to win me over with some stupid wish. Having some sexual tension between the two. But she goes on her separate way. And then the final episode is 194, Free the Future, which is Future Trunks. He was revived with Shenron, being brought back to his timeline and defeating the androids in his timeline, and then eventually defeating Cell and rebuilding the future in his wasteland of a timeline. And it ends right there, and that's it for Season 6. And then with the next arcs, you get the Otherworld Tournament with Goku and King Kai. And then, of course, you get... the 7-year time skip with Gohan going to high school and meeting Videl, one of my favorite arcs in the whole series. And, of course, the tournament, Majin Buu, and the end of Dragon Ball Z. So we're going to have 3 more parts, and I hope you guys stay tuned for that. And I know this was a bit of a long one, but, there's a lot to get to. I loved seeing the introduction of Mr. Satan and, of course, Gohan ascending, and for a lot of people, a lot of people's favorite character. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know your thought in the comments down below, and stay tuned for Part 7 coming soon. Have a great day.